Hi everyone, welcome back to part two of making a track at Digital Groove Online. It's Mark here. Just to let you know where we were when we left off on the last video, this is the sample of where we got to. And in this video, we're going to look at extending this out now and turning it more into a story and a full track. Probably a couple of minutes long, 3 minutes long maybe. We'll see how we get on throughout this part of the session. Just before we move into that, it's probably a good time to show you how to save a project. We need to go over to File and go to Save As. I have my Ableton project stored under Documents and then Ableton. And within there, we then create a folder. I'm going to call the folder Digital G, and then we'll call the track. Can't spell. Digital Groove Beginner, okay? Once we create the folder, I like to go inside that folder and rename the actual project file itself. And just hit save. And that will create a folder within your hard drive, and then the actual project file itself is inside that folder. And what that helps with is whenever we go to save this, maybe bring it to a mix engineer at the end, or collab with someone, give them remix parts, whatever, if you want to send the project over, if we do a file and collect all and save and then hit OK, what that does then is takes all these samples and puts those samples inside that folder. And whenever they're inside that folder, we can then look for that folder on our hard drive, drag it to a USB stick, and give it to whoever it is you want, or you can upload it to Dropbox and send links and things like that. If we don't create those individual folders, what happens is Ableton will collate all the samples of all your projects in one folder. Then whenever you try to drag that to a pen stick, you're trying to maybe put gigabytes at a time onto the pen stick, and that can take a while to transfer across, and also someone else will end up with the samples of all the rest of your projects. So it's probably best practice to create the folder first of all, name the folder, go inside that folder and name your project in there. And just whenever you're transferring that onto USB, then it's only whatever is inside that project will transfer across. So let's move on. I was going through the sample just before this started recording the session there, and the vocal was just a little bit repetitive. So I went on to Loopcloud and had a look for just something that was a little bit longer that we could stretch out over the length of the track. And just to let you know, this is the vocal here. It does suit the track, it sits nice, but it's quite repetitive after a while. So I went into Loopcloud and I found this sample here, which I'm going to bring in to the session now. Should be able to drag that in. And as you can see, it's a longer vocal. So we might get verse, chorus, verse, bridge, chorus, just a few additional things that don't sound repetitive over time. So just let you know what that sounds like. Let's have a listen to this.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone.
So as you can see, that was quite long before it's going to repeat back on itself or maybe drop a chorus in there. So let's have a listen to it in context with the track. Might need to turn that up a little bit. And as the volume is already at 0 here, I like to add a utility. Onto the channel, which allows me to boost that a little bit extra. So let's have a listen and see how that sounds without the other vocal. Let's turn the vocal off.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we owe. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, gone.
Okay, that sounds like it's running off a little bit. So let's have a look at the. It hasn't warped the long file, so let's just warp it here, and we'll set that to Complex Pro. I'm just going to have a quick check on the original BPM, which is 124 beats per minute. So we're going to pop that in this box here, and that should time it a little bit better for us. So let's have another listen.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not
Sorry,
gonna
nearly cleared my
miss
throat.
you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we owe. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we owe.
Okay, that seems to fit it a little bit better. So let's see what we can do to the vocal just to make it sit nicer in the mix. So first of all, I'm going to add a compressor onto that channel. We'll keep the ratio at 4:1. We'll keep the attack fast.
Move
Let's go.
on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
so
miss you.
okay, so what I'm doing there is just making the quiet parts louder and the loud parts a little bit quieter, so they're a little bit closer together and there's not this dip in volume. So let's just see if we can go over to our mixer by hitting tab, and we have reverb and delay already built in. Let's play with what's already there and see what we can get off the vocal now. What happens is you've got reverb A and delay B, and these knobs on each channel, A and B, feeds the signal over to the delay unit or the reverb unit and applies that to whatever it is you're sending over to that unit. So let's try the vocal.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around.
And just after the reverb, I would like to add an EQ and see if we can shape that a little bit
Move
better.
on straight, don't you turn
We're going to roll off some of the lows. Let's have a listen to just the reverb on its own.
Of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. Move on straight, don't you turn around.
Okay. Still back on that a little bit. Now we'll look at the delay, see if we can feed a little bit of delay into there. There are more complex things that we can do to this, but just as a beginner, know that we can feed sound into any sort of return channel over here with an effect unit on it. And then turn it up or down using the send buttons here, A or B. Sorry, I'm not feeling well today.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own.
Just going to apply an EQ just after the delay as well. Just
move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you.
So let's see if that sounds like all together now. Just adding a little bit of delay and reverb in there.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we own.
Okay, yeah, so I've just turned off the normal compressor there and went into all under library and typed in multi for multiband compression. And there is a nice little preset in there called multiband compression, not dynamics, but multiband compression. Just type, which is this one here. When you drag it out, the standard settings are set to 0 and 0 like that with 100%. And you can sort of mix in, you know, how that sounds. So let's see if we can.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when
You
you're
can tell it
not
brightens it up a good bit there.
around.
You can push the highs and the mids a little bit and take a little bit of the bass out.
Move on straight, don't you turn around.
Just sounds a little bit more clearer now.
Move on straight, don't you turn around.
Okay, so let's go back to the arrangement. We will take this little section here and split that. Just going to move that over to the right hand side for now. Just want to have a listen to this just to see what this sounds like on the
You should
breakdown
like
maybe.
the sound but there will be another dawn. I'll be on my own, but you will know that I am strong. For your love betrayed me, fool me into thinking that you wouldn't.
Okay, we might be able to use that a little bit later on. Okay, but for now, we will work with this. So I'm going to select everything, and by clicking this bar along the top, it sort of highlights everything inside here, and we can drag this over to the right hand side and drop it, and that allows us to start from position 1 then. So what I might do is the main piano loop. Okay, maybe start off with the piano loop itself. Just going to rename that piano as well by hitting Control R and renaming it. So I'm going to pop a filter on there. Just typing in filter, still having all selected, and the auto filter, and drag that out. I'm actually going to put that before the delay. Just means if we do any sharp adjustments that the delay is after it. So just to give you an example what that sounds like with before the delay and after the delay. So you can hear that delay taking a wee while to go down. Or if we do it after, there is no delay after. So sometimes coming down slowly with the delay after, it sounds a little more atmospheric to me anyway. So let's bring that down, start maybe here. Maybe double that up. And if we hit A, that should bring up our automation lines. And what we're looking to automate is frequency. So if I click on the frequency button here, you can see over here that the frequency drop down is selected. Now if I select something else, let's say dry wet, it changes to compressor and dry wet. We're looking to automate the frequency, so we'll click that again. And if I just put a little dot here on one at this side and drag it up over time, so it automates itself over time, you can see that the frequency is moving here. Okay, so let's add some percussion along the line there. Let's see what we have here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to bring that over, I think. Let's have a listen. I think that's the clap. Yeah, maybe bring that over as well. Maybe use that a little bit later on as well. Use that a little bit later on as well. So I'm going to consolidate that. If I highlight the whole section and hit Control J, that will, instead of all those little individual hi-hat hits, we can consolidate that into one block. It's easier to lift when we're arranging the song out. So there we go. That's that in one full block now. So let's go back to the start, hit play and listen to it. Okay, Let's see. Let's bring that out of the way in case we want to use that later on. The string we're going to highlight, keep it out of the way for now as well. The bass will definitely come in now. Open hi-hats won't come in just yet. We'll take them out of the way. So listen to that. Yeah, we'll maybe keep those in and see how they sound. Okay. Alright, so the vocal's going to start there roughly as well. Let's listen to how that sounds up to this point now.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we owe. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, gone, gone.
Okay. That's probably okay up to that point. Let's keep that side chain going actually because I noticed it dropped out. Just going to set that to loop and drag that out further. So let's have a listen to that side chain on again.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we owe. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone.
Just want to see if there's any way of putting this into the track with it. So just maybe put a filter on it and filter it down, just see how that sounds. Keep the piano going for one more loop. I'm going to duplicate the percussion, the shaker, the clap, these little hi-hats. We'll keep the kick drum out there. I'm going to actually group all the percussion by clicking the hat here, going down to the bottom where the open hat is and holding down shift. And that highlights all of those. I'm going to Control and G, or Command and G if you're on a Mac. And that'll push all those into a group. We'll rename that percussion. The reason for doing that is that I'm going to add a filter here as well on the percussion group. And I'm going to automate this down. So let's have a listen.
Away and gone, 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 gone.
So let's have a listen to how this percussion comes down over time. Just going to copy this double crash over there as well. Maybe just filter that down properly over time. If we want to deactivate this, we can hit 0 and just turn it off for now. Pull this chorus part across. Let's have a listen to that. I'm going to bring the filter down over time on this as well. And on this 41 section, I'm going to copy the baseline. So by highlighting the area that I want to copy and holding down Control and dragging and dropping, that allows me to copy that across. Let's see what that sounds like here.
You shine like the sun, but there will be another dawn. I'll be on my own. You will know that I am strong.
So let's do another section here, the same length. Just going to keep raising that piano up over time with that frequency on still. Maybe introducing some of this back in again. Maybe these three here. So percussion loop, clap, and hi-hat halfway across. I'm going to start filtering that back up again. Let's have a listen.
You shine like the sun, but there will be another dawn. I'll be on my own. You will know that I am strong. For your love betrayed me, fooled me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another lie.
We're going to do a little cymbal fill here. So let's do the crash. Zoom in here. And then we'll drag the tail of that one out. So you should get that classic house. Yeah, I think that'll work as well. We could possibly introduce the string here as well. So let's have a listen to that. Bring that back in.
You shine like the sun, but there will be another dawn. I'll be on my own. You will know that I am strong. For your love betrayed me, fooled me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another lie.
So that string, as it played across there, it triggered again. I wanted to hold that note the whole way across. So if I hold down Shift and click the next one beside it, highlights both of them. We do Control and J to consolidate. And we can just double click inside and make that MIDI note the full length. So then you don't hear that little dip halfway across. There's also a little part where I would like to hear this vocal play just before the drop again. So let's have a listen to that vocal.
Fooled me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another lie.
Okay, yeah. So I think by this another life, I think it says there, if we highlight that area and I hold down Control and I want it to play roughly about here again, so that it tails over into that drop.
That that you wouldn't hide another lie.
So that's a little bit too early. I'll try it here. Still too early. Halfway across, maybe. Yeah, that sounds cool there. We'll maybe do a little delay trick on that as it drops, okay? So, let's go back to here and just have a listen. Okay, it sounds like two different tracks, obviously, with this other vocal in. I'm just wondering, there is a nice... Maybe turn off that auto filter for now. There is a nice preset for EQ8 called Telephone. Telephone vocal. Let's drop that on, see what that sounds like. Just gonna solo that. Yeah, that could work. That could work better. Let's try that. Okay, yeah, I do like that, but it just sort of drops out. So let's put another crash in here, and maybe an extra kick, and see if that helps with it. Yeah, sounds okay.
You shine like the sun, but there
We could also take this kick drum that we've put on at the end, hold down Control, drag it over, and drop it here. That'll give us another kick there.
you shine like the sun, but there will be another dawn. I'll be on my own. You will know that I am strong, for your love betrayed me. Fool me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another lie. Another lie.
Okay. I'm going to take this vocal, push it out of the road a little bit more so we can keep working over. Just going to delete that. Copy the percussion from here over, because it's more or less the full part getting dropped now. Hold down Control, bring that over. And you can see that's filtering up over time. It hasn't quite opened fully there. So I'm going to go back here and copy one that is fully open, just so when that drops, we have a fully open piano. The bass needs to come across also. Not sure about the string yet, but we'll see how it sounds. But one other thing I want to do is this little vocal at the end is to delay that vocal and carry it into the drop. So let me just zoom in here. What I might do actually, I'll duplicate the channel so it keeps all the same configuration as the first one. It copies across all the settings. But we're only going to work with that one part of the vocal. I'm just going to delete everything else out. So we're only going to work with this part here. So we don't need it above, because that's the part we're going to work with. So it's the same level and volume. It has all the same presets and processing applied to it. So it should still sound the same really when I play it. So I want to work with this just to see what type of delay I can put on that. Bring a delay in. Let's see what it sounds like just with that on it. We'll just turn the feedback up. Could be. Just gonna solo that so it's clear.
Another life. Another life.
Okay, we could go with that. Just gonna take some of the highs and lows off it. Maybe put a bit of ping pong on it. Maybe not 50%. And certainly longer feedback. So let's have a listen.
Another life. Another life. Another life.
Not quite sure about the ping pong, so let's try it again.
Another life.
Yeah, it sounds a bit better. Try this one.
Another life.
Okay, yeah, that might work better. Let's leave it like that. So let's see how that sounds when it drops this time. We need to keep that side chain going along the top just so that anything that's triggering off it keeps triggering right through the song. We need to bring the kick drum over actually when that drops as well. Yeah. We're going to add a little bit more effects through this as well, so we can put like snare drum build-ups or risers and things like that. So let's have a listen first of all to see how this drops once it gets out of the build-up.
You shine like the sun, but there will be another dawn. I'll be on my own. You will know that I am strong. For your love betray me. Fool me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another life. Another life.
We'll keep that going. I might keep that string, you know, when that drops. And then we're going to create a little mini break here. We've copied the piano across there. Copying the bass line across there. Just going to bring that down over time. So let's see. I want to bring that kick drum across as well. And also the crashes along the top need to come across also. Let's highlight that. Just one as the kick drops out. And maybe that classic one just before the bass and the kick play out. So yeah, I need to bring the kick drum over. So let's bring that over. Try it again. Maybe the clap too. Let's hear that one. Yeah, that's, I like that one there. I'm actually going to loop that section by hitting Control L and duplicate time there so that's twice as long, and start removing some sections from it just as a mix out. Let's see. I might keep the bass line the one note just at the end, so I'm going to bring that down. Bring that down, bring that down. So let's listen from here. No, I think it still sounds better with those changes. So what I'm going to do there is just use utility to bring that volume down just before the end of the record. So let's click on gain, and this changes to gain over here. I'm going to take it from this section here and bring it down maybe 10, 12 decibels so it gets quieter. Okay, happy with that. Let's go to the very start again and just have a listen. I think we could maybe, make a 30-second intro just at the start there. Sort of doing what we've done here in reverse. Just bringing us into that part there. Yeah, okay. No, we'll just keep it as an intro actually. 3 minutes long is fine for now. So let's see what we don't need in here. So we don't need this channel. Audio 3. I'm going to make sure everything is named now also, so I'm going to take away that. We haven't used that. The percussion group is fine, or sorry, the kick group. Percussion, piano, bass, string. I'm going to call that telephone vocal or tele vocal, just so I know the difference. Splice and loop cloud, just the samples. Let's bring them to the bottom of the way. We'll call this main vocal. And I'm going to rename this and call it delay vocal. Okay, so now we'll have a quick play from here, just through the breakdown and the drop, because what I want to look at now is a little bit of tension just before the release. So I would like to consider a snare build or some sort of riser sound just to create that the build before it drops. So let's have a listen through here.
Move on straight, don't you turn around. I'm not gonna miss you when you're not around. Take or leave all the things we owe. Memories of kindness are far away and gone, 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 gone. You shine like the sun.
I'm going to let some of the bass frequencies back through in that vocal.
I'll be your You shine like the sun, but there will be another dawn. I'll be on my own. You will know that I am strong. For your love betrayed me. Fool me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another life. Another life.
Okay, so the last couple of things before we get to the final stage, maybe a separate video. The last video would be just making sure it's all mixed properly, putting a quick master on it and exporting it. So just a couple of other things would be maybe a reverse cymbal, something I might look at here. So let's go into Splice. Reverse cymbal. Yeah, let's have a listen. Yeah, quite like that one. So I'm going to take this sample here, let's drag it in. Let's create an audio file underneath this, call it reverse cymbal. And just for audio like this, I like to turn the warp marker off and manually put that in, not unless there's sidechain or something like that on the actual sound itself, but manually put it in. Maybe here, just before the percussion builds up. Just zooming in, you can see where that audio starts to drop off there. So you want that as close to the line as possible. Probably about there is fine. And then we will just turn that down and mix it in. Let's have a listen. Cool. Quite nice. If you want to make your life easier, you can sort of highlight this area here to the nearest line where it snaps and hit Control and J. It just means anytime you lift that, it's going to be on the line when it drops, okay? So let's do another one here. Do one, maybe not there. Halfway across here, maybe. Yeah. And halfway across here. Where I'm sort of thinking and putting these is I don't want to. The crashes at the top are going to be quite noisy, so I don't want to clash them with those. So I'm sort of putting them in between for most of them. See where else I can put this. Maybe here, halfway across. To zoom in a little bit more for that one to work. There we go. Should be okay there. Maybe here as well. So let's play it over a couple of those bars, see how that sounds.
You will know that I am strong, for you love betray me. Fool me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another lie, another lie.
I think I'll take that one out. Okay, next thing I'm going to look at is a snare build. Let's see what I have here. I might have some already downloaded in my own library. Snare build. We'll look at loops. Might be too heavy, but we'll try it. Just going to drop it in any channel. I'm going to call that snare build. Oh. I'm having to look down below the microphone in front of me so I can see the keyboard. I'm going to bring this up in line with the drop here. So let's mix that in. Just making sure it's 124 beats per minute inside the file as well, that it's warped. And yep, it has. So let's see.
That I am strong, for you love betray me. Fool me into thinking that you wouldn't hide another lie, another for you love betray me.
Okay, that one's fine, and we'll maybe look for a riser sound as well in that, just to complement the snare drum. Don't think I have any in my library there, so I'm going to have to search the whole splice. Yeah, quite like that one. 8 seconds long. Just going to turn the warp off on that and manually drop this in.
That you wouldn't hide another lie.
Okay, I like that. So I'm going to copy this across and reverse it. I'm going to shave off a little bit at the start. And drag it down into the new audio channel. Yeah, that'll be okay. And what I want to do with this one is send it to the sidechain also, the same way the bassline is getting sent there. So let me just put a compressor. And we're going to sidechain it to the sidechain channel. I'm just going to listen to it on its own. So yeah, I just want that out of the road a little bit so that everything else comes through. So let's have a listen as that builds up and see. Okay, I think a longer down sweep here as that comes back in would sound good. So let's see. Down sweep. Maybe that one. No. I might have some in my actual sounds. Let's see. Down sweep, yeah. Yeah, something like that might work. Just turn the warp off.
Move on straight, don't you turn around.
Okay, so we have extended out what we had from the last video and turned it into a little bit more of a story, albeit the main vocal isn't a chart topper, but you know, it fits the track, and you know, you should be able to follow along and get similar results. We could swap that out time and time again and come across better vocals, but the whole point of the exercise over these couple of videos is just to get sound out of Ableton, understand, you know, what MIDI and audio is, creating arrangements, basic mix downs, and hopefully you get that all over the couple of videos here. So that'll do us for today, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.